G'day everyone, Rach here from Rara's Stitching Realm. Welcome to another Flosstube installment. It'll be the usual quick one. I don't have a lot to share. I have touched 3 things since I saw you last week. I did get waylaid by reading an 800-page book. That took up a bit of time, and I didn't stitch. I just wanted to get that book read. So hello to new subscribers and g'day to those returning. I hope you're all well. Wobble the camera. I have one little housekeeping thing, and I forgot to bring my notepad in with her name. I think it's Patty, asked about the blue I was using. So I use Presidential Blue. There we go. Gentle Arts Presidential Blue. And I have, you can see the variation. Look at that. That's good variation there. Nice stuff. I'll get a job on, I don't even know what those channels are called. The shopping channels. I'll get a job on the shopping channels in no time. Yes, so that's what I use for all my blue samplers on raw linen, Presidential Blue. I did buy one thing. I bought something on PDF, but my laptop and my new printer have decided to have an argument, and they are currently not talking to each other, which means I can't print anything out, and I'm a little bit annoyed. So I'm not quite sure how I'm going to figure this one out. I've got to basically reset it all up again, so last thing I need. Alright, what have I done? So before my book arrived, I worked very hard to try and get the 3rd page of Lucy Calcott finished, which is on this side. Basically I just had this one motif left to go. Everything else, the border and everything else, sort of like that, was done. It took a bit more work than I had bargained for, or I wasn't disciplined and didn't stitch enough, I don't know. But we are not completely done. So I have got, when you last saw it, I had that flower and the greenery done. So I've now added that flower and I've got the basket done. So I've got some little sprays to go in, I think, off the end of that. And in there's another spray, and in there, and then there's a couple more stalks and another flower. So it's, you know, it's another day or so stitching, depending on how much time I give it. And that is where we're at. That's the top 3rd. It's a 9-page book, and I should be able to, I've been playing, for those that follow me elsewhere and know that I have a new planner. I won't bore people on this channel, and I'll try not to knock the camera too much, but I did make a page, and I did a new whip list from my old notebook. So I can tell you when I started Lucy. Lucy was started on the 29th of January 2018. So we're basically doing a page a year at this current rate. Yeah, I currently have, although you are not seeing them, 20 whips. You are only seeing, must be 8 of the 20. The other, whatever the maths is, 14, are all waiting until next year. So yeah, it was quite interesting to go through and cross out. I have not cross-referenced this with the actual stitching pieces. This is purely going off the old page in my old notebook, just to write it up again in the planner. So we are not talking about planners, fear not. Okay, so after Lucy, the next planner on the list, the next sampler on the list is Jane Plindellith, and this is only her 2nd or 3rd go. She's a new start, and I'm working on, which will be the right way here, the top border here. So I was up to around about there-ish the last time you saw it. I have managed to get the whole width done now, and I've got one berry coming down the side, so that's the width of the piece. So we've got plenty of fabric, so that's good. And I'm sure that's a 3-inch start, but it might be a 2-inch. I might have been cautious, possibly. Okay. Excuse me, madam, I am videoing. So that's where we're up to. This came kitted from a country sampler in Wisconsin, but you can, I believe, now buy this chart. And the next sampler on the list is the red and green carnation sampler from Samplers Remembered, and this also was part of the sampler club from country. Why do I always have trouble with their name? Country Sampler. And the last time you saw it, I basically I've done a couple of those, and I've got some of these lines done. So yesterday was its first day, today is day 2. And hopefully we'll get a little bit of stitching done this afternoon. So what I have added is a little thingamajiggy there, and started some alphabet and another line. So that's all we've pretty much got at this point in time. I was actually thinking as I was stitching the thing, I need to work my way across and get the full extent of the piece. So I've got 2.5. There's only actually 2 more flowers to go. There's another flower in here and another one here, so it's only going to come out to about here somewhere. But it would be perhaps quite good to get the full extent done. So that is that one. 4 colours in that one. Again, came kitted, and I can't remember off the top of my head what that fabric is because I don't have all the bits of the chart. Okay, so the only other thing I had to show you was going to be something I had printed off, which is how I discovered my laptop and my printer were having an argument. Zeb from one of the New Zealand cross-stitch groups sent me a link of a video of a lady who uses her planner to record her cross-stitch, and in there she had project tracker pages, which looked very intriguing to me. So I tootled off to Etsy, and I brought, you could buy hard copies or you could buy PDFs. So given that it costs a kidney to send a bit of paper from America to New Zealand, I brought the PDF. And subsequently can't print it off currently. So the designer I will put here on my blue jumper, but it's S. Ward Designs, and she's got these trackers that either, from what I can see, there is a third one which I haven't figured out, I haven't looked at, but the 2 I know about and have brought is a 5-year tracker and a 3-year tracker. And essentially what she gives you is blocks of calendars, blurb to fill out your project details, your WIP details, and then like in the 5-year calendar she gives you a block of years, and you mark out, you just cross off what days you stitch on that project, which I liked the sound of, because I do record when I stitch anyway, which is why sometimes I know I've been pretty appalling because I haven't stitched as much as I should have done. But I liked, what I don't track is what the thing is that I stitched. I mean, it should be what's on that day, but it doesn't always end up being that case. So I liked the idea that you could record each WIP individually. So if I can, I will stick in a picture of the tracker and link to her shop in the description below. It was quite interesting. Yeah, so hopefully in the next 2 weeks I can yeah, I'll stick it in. I'll stick in the picture. I'll do the link, but hopefully in the next 2 weeks I can sort this argument out with my technology, and I can actually print one off anyway and show you as well. So we'll see how that goes. Otherwise, that is me. Today is the 4th of June. I've got a phone here, it'll tell me. It is. It's the 4th of June in New Zealand, which is Friday. So tomorrow and Sunday is the first weekend of the month. So that's the Blackbird weekend sale going on, if you're taking part in that with Brenda and the Serial Starter and everybody else on Instagram who is doing it. So I'll continue to work on, I will probably give a length of thread to what's meant to have been on that day. So tomorrow it will be the last day of the red and green sampler, and Sunday it will be Sarah Casey Unwin. So I will give a length of thread to both of those, and then I'll work on the on what I'm doing, which I don't have in, yes I do, because I got the presidential blue out of the bag. So I am working on the sampler here, and I'm on the border. I've almost got the border finished. I've got to stop. Oh no, actually I'm only 2/3 of the way through. So my first goal will be to get the border finished, and then I'll start something inside alphabets probably, although there's an inside border too, which I might consider doing. We'll see how we go. So that's my plan for the weekend, and then just carry on with my rotation, and I will see you guys again in about 2 weeks time. Take care everyone, bye for now. Me again. I just pressed a different button in my troubleshooting of my laptop and printer, and voila, it's working. So I've actually printed off, and I can show you. So it's an A5 size, so you get 2 per A4 sheet of paper. If I fold it in half, then I can see one side while I show you the other. So you will have already seen the name, but you will have then seen a little sign that says watch till the end. So you get space at the top to name, to write what your whip is, the designer, when you started, and then you get let's make sure we're staying in focus, you get a calendar. So the first box is for the year of 2021. They're quite small, obviously, but all you're doing is finding today's date and marking off that you stitched on this particular project on that day. So you get the first 2 years on one side, and then you get the other 3 years. So this is for a five years, and since Lucy's already been going for 3 years, I will probably put her on a 5-year card. I found it quite interesting. I'm going to give it a go for a couple of weeks and see how it goes, and then I might report back and see how it's worked for me. It might be too much to I don't know. I have to figure it out, because I don't sit there and mark off how many stitches I've stitched. I don't have a working copy that I colour code that I've stitched today, or anything like that. I just stitch. So, but I liked the idea of these, so we'll see. I've got the 5-year, as I said, and I've got the 3-year, which I haven't printed off yet. When I saw it all was working, I got this one done and thought I'll just shove a clip on at the end of the video. So S Ward Designs on Etsy is where you get them from. There should be a link in the description of the video. Alright, that's me out. I will catch you in a couple of weeks. Bye for now.